Don't be afraid of some change. Don't be afraid of some change. Today will be a joyful day, and to rejoice and come in, and to rejoice and come in, and to rejoice and come in. Today will be a joyful day, and to rejoice and come in.
Good morning and welcome to People's Church. I'm Bob Davis, a member of the Sunday Services Committee, and People's Church is a member congregation of the Unitarian Universalist Association. Here we strive to be a welcoming community for our diverse world. Everyone is welcome here. We only ask that you come with a warm heart and an open mind as we explore what it means to be human in this diverse and interconnected world. We use all knowledge that's available to us here, works through the major religions, science, philosophy, and the arts, and our own experiences. And here the questions are as important as answers, and answers get modified as we get more knowledge. Summer services, this, are structured a little bit differently during the year in that the sermon or reflection is a little bit shorter, and it's followed by a chance for small group discussion. So we'll be breaking down after the reflection into groups of 4 to 6. And today, Don Miller is going to be giving the reflection. Don is a poet, as many of you know, and a family psychologist. He's also a leader of our high school youth and a longtime member of People's Church. And now I've got a few announcements. Drum roll here, a big shout out for everybody, yes, who helped with the White Elephant sale yesterday. It was very successful. We did almost $1,000 more than last year. So $36.18 was the final total. So thank you for everybody who helped, and in particular, our Boy Scout troop. Actually, it's not called Scouting now, a Scout troop, because it has boys and girls in it. They were very helpful in moving the items outside onto the tables and helping us then take down the items that were not sold. Big shout out to Gary Heckman and Rick Johnson, who aren't here. But apparently Friday night, one of the toilets clogged and overflowed and flooded the area around the upstairs toilet area. And Keenan, our janitor, custodian, worked hard into the night, and then Gary and Rick came in and finished up cleaning the floor and sterilizing everything. The toilet is still clogged, and we'll work on that next week and try to figure out what's going on, but at least it's not overflowing on us. All right. Next week is the hymn service, and we'll be singing your favorite hymns. So if you have a favorite hymn or one that you just want to hear again, you haven't heard it in a while, you can still submit something either to Laura Boltman, she's in the directory, church directory, or John back in AV back there. Just pass him a little note before you leave today, and that'd be great. Okay. It's now time to have an opening song. So if you're willing and able, please stand. We're going to sing this song as a round. First, we'll do twice through in unison, so it jogs your memory as to the tune if you're new here. And then I will lead this half to start off, and Rachel will take care of this other half here and start you guys off, okay? Okay. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come.
Come, yet again come.
Give yourselves a hand.
That was lovely.
All right. Each week we light our chalice and take a few moments to reflect upon its meaning. If you're lighting a chalice at home, please enter into the chat box your location. Today's reading is by Crystal Hogan. We ignite this flame, symbol of our faith, to beckon us into community, warm our hearts with love, and give us a light to follow as we carry our faith into action. Okay, nobody's entered in the chat box where they're lighting. That's okay. All right. This congregation supports one another in good times and bad. And one of the ways we do that is we set aside a time for you to come up and say a few words about what's important in your life, milestones, joys, or sorrows. And if you have something personal to say, come on up, take this handheld mic, or I'll give it to you, and hold it close to your mouth like it's an ice cream cone and you can want to lick it. And remember to say your name. I'll place a few stones in to reflect the joys and sorrows left unspoken. And as we continue to care for each other, may the weary find rest, may the sick be tended, may the dying and those who care for them find peace, may the joyous be shielded, and may we all realize that we are wrapped in a love whose strength surpasses all understanding. Now we'll take a few minutes for silent meditation.
Whether we speak up or we are silent, if we are willing, or we are done. If we're courageous, or we are cowards, we may be burdened, but we are loved. Whether we stay true and do for another, if we are hidden or we're discovered, if we're forgiven or we're forgotten, we may be lonely, but we are loved. Every stitch and seam, every wish and dream, even in tragedy, there lies divinity. Even as hope seems lost, it may be found again. I have felt alone, but I have never been. If you are standing or cannot stop moving, whether you're haunted or cannot remember, over the gravestones, under the rainbow, pain comes and pain goes, and we are loved. Every stitch and seam, every wish and dream, even in tragedy, there lies divinity. Even as hope seems lost, it may be found again. I have felt alone, but I have never been. If we are spirit, or we are human, crossing the river, or harboring change, if we deny it, or if we face it, may we embrace it. We are loved.
People's people continue to be generous people. This building, for example, was designed and built by the vision and resources of our ancestors. And this congregation dates back to 1855. The ongoing upkeep and improvements are our gift to our future selves and future members of the church. So let's continue to be inspired by our current staff and membership while remembering with thanks the gifts of those who preceded us. The offering will now be collected.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. What's the words? La, 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 la. That's never happened to me before. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Thank you. Who said that every wish could be heard and answered when wished on a morning star? Usually I forget the chords. Somebody thought of that and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? What do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. I don't know the bridge, so right to the third verse. Have you been half asleep, and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that called the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Me and me.
Please join me in reciting our thanks. From the countless gifts we each have been given, gifts of life and love and sustenance, we bring these small portions to share in the works of love which none of us can accomplish alone.
Here's a poem by Marianne Moore. It's called What Are Years? What is our innocence? What is our guilt? All are naked, none is safe. And whence is courage, the unanswered question, the resolute doubt, dumbly calling, deftly listening? That is misfortune. Even death encourages others, and in its defeat stirs the soul to be strong. He sees deep and is glad who exceeds to mortality, and in his imprisonment rises upon himself as a sea in a chasm, struggling to be free and able to be in its surrendering, finds its continuing. So he who strongly feels behaves. The very bird grown taller as he sings steals his form straight up. Though he is captive, his mighty singing says, satisfaction is a lowly thing. How pure a thing is joy. This is mortality. This is eternity.
Our second reading, Heart Like a River by Thich Nhat Hanh. If you pour a handful of salt into a cup of water, the water becomes undrinkable. If you pour the salt into a river, the people can continue to draw the water to cook, wash, and drink. The river is immense, and it has the capacity to receive, embrace, and transform. When our hearts are small, our understanding and compassion are limited, and we suffer. We can't accept or tolerate others and their shortcomings, and we demand that they change. But when our hearts expand, these same things don't make us suffer anymore. We have a lot of understanding and compassion and can embrace others. We accept others as they are, and then they have a chance to transform. So the big question is, how do we help our hearts to grow?
Welcome you to sing along with me on this one. It's pretty simple. People say to me, oh, you gotta be crazy. How can you sing in times like these? Don't you read the news? Don't you know the score? How can you sing when so many others grieve? People say to me, what kind of fool believes that a song will make a difference in the end? By way of a reply, I say a fool such as I, who sees a song is somewhere to begin. A song is somewhere to begin. A search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and a song is somewhere to begin. People say to me, oh, you gotta be crazy. How can you dream in times like these? Don't you read the news? Don't you know the score? How can you dream when so many others grieve? People say to me, what kind of fool believes that a dream will make a difference in the end? By way of a reply, I say a fool such as I, who knows a dream is somewhere to begin. A dream is somewhere to begin. A search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and a dream is somewhere to begin. People say to me, oh, you gotta be crazy. How can you love in times like these? Don't you read the news? Don't you know the score? How can you love when so many others grieve? People say to me, what kind of fool believes that love will make a difference in the end? By way of a reply, I say a fool such as I, who knows love is somewhere to begin. Love is somewhere to begin, a search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and a dream of is somewhere, and a dream is somewhere, and a song is somewhere to begin. Beautiful singing. Thank you.
So how do we help our hearts to grow? In 2017, I was with my wife, Wendy, spending a relaxing week in Mexico. We took a day trip, rode a bus with some of the other guests of the resort to visit some ancient pyramids. Renting bicycles seemed to be the best way to get around once we arrived at the site. At one point, all of our group had stopped to get its bearings. Wendy moved to get off her bike and caught her foot on the crossbar and toppled over, hands first into the gravel. I saw the whole thing happen from about 20 feet away. Part of me felt anxious for her, but another part of me also thought, this isn't an emergency. It's like many of the other klutzy things she does. In my split-second hesitation, another member of the group, Julie, was at her side, untangling her from the bike, assessing her wounds, offering words of comfort. I did the same when I got there, noting that certainly no serious injury had occurred. Her hand stung from the fall, and one hand was bleeding, where bits of gravel had embedded themselves under the skin. Later, when we were resting at the base of a pyramid, she remarked, "You didn't hurry to help me when I fell. Julie had to get the bike off of me." I could tell her feelings were hurt, even more than her hand. It was not my finest hour. Returning to our room, I made a poultice for her hand as she instructed and offered my weak apology. Just over 9 years ago now, I have had time to think about those judgy words to myself about her klutziness and that hesitation to go to her aid. I think there has always been room for improvement. I'm a nice guy, but maybe being a nice guy isn't quite good enough. And she told me that once or twice. When I came up with a title referencing wanting to do better than 75%, I wasn't sure what that number meant, but I do know what it feels like. And when our hearts are small, Thich Nhat Hanh asserts, our understanding and our compassion are limited, and we suffer. We can't accept others or their shortcomings. We demand that they change. But when our hearts expand, these same things don't make us suffer anymore. But how do we help our hearts to grow? I've come up with 3 areas to focus on to help grow the hearts. Not all by myself, of course. I've had some help over the past years. My first thought is to look at our grief. The masters would tell us that grief and loss can open our hearts, expand our capacity for compassion. But we need to pay attention, of course, to what's going on. Stop running from our experiences of vulnerability. There are many kinds of losses. Day-to-day nagging habits and beliefs that can trip us up kinds of losses. However, they have the character of being teachers of important lessons about love. Speaking for myself, I really like being who I am, the nice guy, and I'm attached to that and spend a lot of energy to do nice things and do them the right way, or at least have them halfway turn out. When they don't, I get angry. It's here I witness my growing edges, that things don't have to be perfect. Expectations will shift and change, and that's okay. It's here I am humbled by my fragility. But Thich Nhat Hanh would say, well, that's good. Your heart is widening. You're more like the river. You have more compassion. On my best days, I notice the battle, and I breathe, and I do a little inward bow, maybe even laugh at myself, appreciating the humanity. It helps slow me down. This is a good segue into my second point about growing in love, and that is time taken, time noted. I'm learning from my daughter who, when I get home from work, she pauses the television or sits across from me at the kitchen table and asks me about my day. And I pause inside and I wonder, where did this Buddha come from? Time taken allows a space for love. When I go to breakfast with my friend Pat, the last time we were working through our eggs and coffee, and I was kind of short and somber, and I said, I'm kind of crabby this morning, Pat. And he looks at me with a big grin. Yeah, I can tell. And we both bust up laughing. That's time taken. Many years ago, I was on a retreat, and I recall that the retreat leader, Bishop Bob, saying, it's important to wrestle your time away from your daily routine. Once in a while, it's good to be alone with your soul. I hear in those words now about time taken to listen to our deepest selves. Maybe just long enough to purge the inner dialogue for a bit, the conversations that we have there and our thoughts. To practice setting aside, maybe even finding a quiet, still point to connect with a larger world and a larger love. How does this grow love, you ask? Well, there is an element of trust. I think of some of the lines from the prayer, the poem, Desiderata. But do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. Just an aside, this project of being gentle with yourself, loving yourself, is really a lifelong project, but it is a most important one. So what we've learned in our grief is that we are part of something fragile and we won't last. These bodies, as we know them, are leaving us. We are in this together. And that is not the end of the story. I've heard Reverend Rachel say more than a few times the importance of protecting our joy. That is not to say we protect our heart, from the hurt and vulnerability, seeking comfort and free of pain. As Marianne Moore says, satisfaction is a lowly thing. How pure a thing is joy. The very bird grows taller as he sings, equals beauty. And this beautiful song is his joy. Marianne Moore gives us the poem, her joy. I was in Maine this past week, mostly to spend time with my 1.5-year-old grandson, Charlie. And yes, he is a joy, most certainly in his charming, lilting search for words, his climbing and his dancing. What I wasn't prepared for was witnessing his mom and dad expressing small kindnesses of care back and forth to one another, expressing gratitude for her finding his sunglasses, him packing the daycare backpack. Thank you, thank you. My daughter's dog has been around for the 8 years since Wendy has left. Atlas is her name and is a source of annoyance and irritation, as animals can sometimes be. But she is also a source of solace and comfort and joy. And I rarely allow myself to get angry with her. I protect her from that. This is mortality. This is eternity. So, it's your turn. We're going to divide up into groups of 4 to 6. So if you want to just turn or make a circle in spaces here and discuss the questions up on the screen.
Okay, time to kind of wind things down for our final song and final words in case people are in a hurry to get someplace. This is kind of the end of our service, but you can continue chatting with each other after we kind of wind things down a little bit. So we've got a final song here. The song is the one that we often sing the children out to, and we're going to sing ourselves out. Go forth in peace, with search of wisdom, with love to find you on your way. And may the joy of life surround you wherever you may go. Go forth in peace, in search of wisdom, with love to guide you on your way. And may the joy of life surround you wherever you may go.
Thank you.
As we leave here today, may we remember to lead with compassion. May we bow and laugh at our human frailty. May we learn to trust that we are not alone. And may we go in peace.